Yo, how's it going? Today I'm going to teach you the basics on compression in Logic Pro 10. I've got this guitar loop here, I'm just going to play it for you. Now I've specifically chosen this guitar loop because there's a lot of quieter areas and a lot of really loud areas, and there's a lot of inconsistency in dynamics. Now we use compression to help keep a consistent sounding loudness. One of the main reasons we compress is to make things sound louder and clearer in the mix. Our brains naturally like loudness, so it's why we do it. So to get straight into things, we're going to click on Audio Effects here on the left in Inspector. Go down to Dynamics and choose the compressor. Just click on that and it will bring up the stock Logic compressor. Now this is great, I use it for all my work and it does the job. There's a lot going on here, but I'm just going to cover the real basics. If you want to learn more, there will probably be a lot of advanced tutorials on YouTube. But today we are just going to worry about threshold, attack, release, and makeup gain. This is sometimes called gain in other compressors, but on this compressor it's called makeup. First thing we're going to do is turn auto gain off. Click this off button, and now you don't need to worry about that anymore. Just forget about that for now. Now we're going to move over to the threshold. Over here on the left, you can see it's set at minus 20 decibels. That is telling the compressor when our audio goes over that minus 20 dB threshold, it'll start compressing. So I'm going to set that at around, I'm just going to make it minus 35 dB for this tutorial. Now that's quite a lot of compression, and you never want to over compress. But I'm just exaggerating it a bit so I can really show you the effects of compression. So now we've set our threshold, you'll notice it's a lot quieter now if I play it. Now basically what it's doing is it's turning down all the louder bits. Now there's a few areas in this loop where the guitarist hits the guitar or bumps it or something, and there's a lot of noise. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the attack to, I'm going to make it 4 milliseconds. That's quite quick. And I'm doing that, like I said, because there's a lot of quick sounds, especially here. You can see it just comes in straight away. So we want to be able to catch that with the compressor. Now the release tells the compressor when it stops compressing, when the audio goes under the threshold, it'll tell the compressor how long it's going to stop compressing. So it doesn't just stop instantly. It's got to let go and let it stretch out again. So you'll notice here if I turn it right up, it's going to stick around that minus 10 dB where I've set the threshold at. But if I set the release quite quick, you're going to see it's going to be releasing a lot more. It's going to be turning it back up quite a lot. So I'm going to set that around about 80, 90 for this tutorial, for this audio. I mean, everything you do with compression is different depending on what you're compressing, whether it be drums or vocals or anything, it's always going to be different. So do what you think sounds good, and you'll learn that over time and with experience. But now when I play, it's still quiet. Even though we've adjusted the attack and release, that's real cool. It might sound a lot cleaner and better compression, but with this makeup gain, otherwise known as gain, we can make up for the gain reduction. Now this needle is showing us how much gain it's reducing from that audio. So how much it's reducing from the louder areas. Now there's another representation over here in graph. We can sort of see it's reducing it around about, I'd like to say the most it gets to is about 12 to 14 decibels. So I'm going to make up about 13 decibels of gain. And now if we play that, it's going to be a lot louder. And it sounds better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit out of the compressor. I'm going to click on this guitar loop. I'm going to press Control and B. That will bounce it in place. If you click OK, it will now be bounced out. I'm going to just mute this for now. I'm going to go back to our original, unmute this loop by going Control M. Turn off the compressor, and we're going to listen to the original. Cool. So that's our original. Now here is the compressed version of that. Right, so you might notice that it's sounding a lot better. Now you can visually see over here in the original up top, it's a lot, it's quiet and then goes loud. But in this compressed copy, it's a little bit louder in those quiet areas and a little bit quieter in the loud areas, and it's more consistent. Now we can always adjust the gain and always turn it up and down. We can go over audio effects, utility, add some gain. We can gain it up if we want to, but I'm quite happy with that at the moment. And that's basically all there is to basic compression. But if you've got any questions, leave a comment in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe, leave a like, let me know what you thought about it, and there'll be more videos on the way.